This is Mark from Quality-Handtool-Review.com. I just wanted to give a quick rundown review on a new tool that was submitted to me by Rolgear, company out of British Columbia, Canada. All made in Canada. As far as I'm concerned, that's just about as good a thing as it is saying made in America, as opposed to being sent overseas, which Rolgear has fought against, keeping it in Canada and in North America. So that's a good thing for all of us. This is a pretty innovative tool as far as ratcheting screwdrivers go. The mechanism that was engineered by Robert Suter is gearless. So as you can see where you're turning, there's absolutely no sound to it. There's no clicking. It's pretty amazing, and this actually helps out in the field. I had an opportunity to use it on a about a 3-week residential refab job, and just being in certain circumstances where I had the minutest, see how you cannot move the handle there's no play whatsoever. You move it the smallest bit and you can get some turning out of it, some torque on the screw. This gear mechanism is pretty amazing. The specifics on the screwdriver itself are it's a 15 bit, basically, 2, 4, 6, 7. They're all double side, so there's 14, and then you have your 15th tool right there is your nut driver. It's a 1/4 inch. These all take pretty standard double tip bits. Pretty neat way to hold it in the handle, as opposed to the screw caps where you got to pour everything out and sift through the ones you want and then put it back in. And this right here, you just pop it off. I use the current tip that you have in there because after a while, when I was pushing on these through days of work, it really started to kind of add to the wear on my fingers throughout the day. So I just push out with the tip that I was using, and there you go. Very quick, very easy. You can take a look and see exactly which tip that you need. You have 4. Yeah, see that one hurt right there on that standard blade. You've got 2 sizes here of the standard. You've got Torx. 4 sizes on the Torx and 2 sizes on the square bit, and then of course you have 4 sizes on the square bit, and then you've got 4 on the Phillips as well. So you got plenty of bits there to do just about darn near any job you need. It doesn't have the safety Torx, but those are rarely used, and you can probably find those anyway if you need to use those. So another pretty neat thing on the mechanism of the screwdriver itself is, as you're turning, if you need to change direction, you can just reach down here, and it's a real easy, whichever way you want the torque to go, that's the way you turn the directional ring. The directional ring as well, it's kind of harder to find, but there's a center point, and now you've got a standard screwdriver with torque in both directions. The handle itself was very well thought out. It's got a 3-sided shape to it, and it absolutely fits perfectly into the hand, as you can see, to give really good torque. Your indentations for your thumb, and again your finger, your thumb and forefinger can reach down and change your direction very quickly. The only thing that I found wrong on the 15 bit itself is this magnet is incredibly weak. You can actually sling the screwdriver hard enough to where this will just fly out. Not that you're going to sling your screwdriver around very often, but just the fact that it comes out that easily is not very good. And as you can probably see right here, just the printing on this is a little bit cheesy. The overall quality is very good. A lot of the plastics molded these days in tools looks like something came out of a child's toy or something. Clear plastic with the molding lines in it, and this has got a double material. The rubber here is softer. Rubber type material is softer here. That's going to be on your hands, and it gets not sticky, not uncomfortable like a sticky, but almost like it sticks to your hands. It gives you very good torque on that. So the shape three-sided shape, and then the shape along here was very well thought out and works very, very well in this tool. The other screwdrivers are very, very similar. This is the 6-inch single bit, but first of all, the magnet is much stronger. I'm sure it has a lot to do with the fact that it's smaller bit. Down here is a lot more metal to hold. It's probably the same magnet in it, but it just holds this smaller bit a lot better. But it's a standard bit that most construction people, most people will have in their toolbox. So just regular quarter bit or quarter-inch bits that you hold in any Makita, DeWalt, or any other power tool of that sort will go into this. Does not have any holder, but that's okay. These tips usually come with a holder, or you have one. It does come, first of all, I should say too, that it has this is the same exact mechanism. So everything good on this one, as far as that is concerned, is good on this one as well. I haven't used this one as much, but I suspect that the printing will probably come off just as easy. This one has the hex bolster on here to, if you ever need to really put a lot of pressure on a screw and then put a 5/16 wrench on here to turn your bit. Man, that's where a ratcheting wrench comes, or a screwdriver really comes in handy, because on a standard screwdriver, the harder you push, you're working against yourself. Here, you're pushing on the handle, putting as much torque as you possibly can, and then this will free turn with your wrench on your hex bolster here, and you can get some pretty very well stuck screws out of a predicament there. S2 tool steel on the shaft, plated, so there's quite a bit of corrosion protection there. I don't think you have to worry about that. Same handle makeup, a little bit smaller, but still the same feel and all the benefits as far as that goes. And same thing with the 4-inch single bit. They make them. The bit is magnesium phosphorus, I want to say. I'll have to look that up. I'll put a tag into the video. That's for corrosion protection, also wear protection here. So that's a very good touch there. And again, the S2 tool steel with chrome plated, and the hex bolster. Everything else the same as the bit driver. Handle shape, everything else along as that. So very well made. Engineering on the gear mechanism is fantastic. Very useful in the 3 weeks that I used it. Just having this tool has gotten me into or got me out of situations where it had a hard time getting to the screw and could only move it very little bit. So if I had to move it just that tiny bit, pull the entire screwdriver out of the hole back in, that would have taken me forever. I only had to place this once, and then the small movement, I was able to just work that screw out. That saved me quite a bit of time there. Rolgear ratchet screwdrivers available in not very many places in America right now. I'm going to look into more of that as far as where they can be found, but in Canada they can be found more often, of course, than being produced there. And I'll try to put a notation in the video as well. So thank you very much.